Hi everybody, Rachel here from Rachthestamper.wordpress.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute baby shower card, which someone asked me to make. So this card is a very standard card. I'm going to show you how to make it a different way. You can certainly do this one. This is just a 8.5 by 5.5. Scored at 4 1/4. Sorry. And then I used Marina Mist. And then I used some paper out of the Designer Series paper stack. And this one is stripes, or the other side has flowers. And there also is a polka dot side and a side with words. But I just went with the stripes. And then what I did is I used Marina Mist for the baby. I used Whisper White for the banner. And crushed curry for the moon. So what I thought we could do instead is a fun fold card. So you could do this one if you want. This is also a really simple card to make. What we're going to be using for this are going to be similar. We're going to use a 2-inch punch, a 1-inch punch, and a 1/2-inch punch, or if you have one of the little circle punches out of the punch pack, you could use that as well. And then I also have the tree builder punch, which goes with the, move it over here, Sprinkles of Life stamp set. And I just stamped the cloud and then punched it out with the top of that just to make the cloud. You could also hand cut it if you don't have it. So let's get started. I'm going to show you the different version. Let me just move all these things over because we still are going to do most things the same. We're going to just change one part up. So what we're going to do for this is we're going to get our stamping trimmer. Let me move this out of the way a little bit so you can see this part. Okay. And I have a piece of Marina Mist, so we'll do the same thing. You could also do this with a green or yellow card if you wanted to make a more neutral card, but I'm going to do the same color again. So Marina Mist, so we're going to cut this at 4 inches. Okay, so 4 inches, and then we want to cut this at 9 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to move this over here so you can see. So make sure I'm in view here. So 9 1/2, 9 3/4 is where you want it. So same thing again, cut this, you can save this piece. And then what we're gonna do, let me just grab my notes here because this wasn't an easy one to remember. Okay, so we're gonna put this card lengthwise and we're gonna put it at 1 1/2 inches, right there, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this ruler here as our cutting. So we're gonna cut from 3 inches to 7 1/2, that's it. So, I'm sorry if my head's in your way. I'm gonna go 3, down to 7 1/2, okay? And then we're going to flip our card. Now we're going to do some scoring. So now what we're going to do is, this is going to be a card that's going to be like a 3-way fold. So we're going to score here to the half mark. We're going to score all the way down, and then we're going to score at the bottom up, okay? So first we're going to put this at 3 inches, and we're going to score from the top to where we just put that cut in. Right there. And then we're going to move this out to 5 1/4, and we're going to score all the way down. And then we're going to move this out to 7 1/2, and we're going to score from the bottom up. Okay, and that's it. So let me move this out of the way. Now you still are going to need your trimmer, but just not yet. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our card, you're going to fold it in half, but you want to fold this softly because this part's going to stick out. So we're going to fold in, out, in. Just like that. You do want to use your bone folder to make sure you make the edges nice and crisp. Okay. Now, you can certainly use the card just like this if you want, or you could cut a piece that is just a 1/4 inch bigger and back it. So for example, this is 4. So you could do 4 1/4. This would lay right on top of another piece if you wanted it, or you could just use it like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut some pieces now to go in here, and we're going to cut them with Whisper White. And we're going to cut a couple of them with Designer Series paper as well, just to give it a little bit more of a nice view on this. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 pieces. Now, so these pieces, you kind of want your panels to be about a 1/4 inch shorter. So this was 4 inches, so we're going to do this 3 3/4, and we'll say, just for the sake of 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Okay, so we'll go ahead with 3 3/4, and we're just going to cut a piece. Okay, and we'll have a piece at 2 3/4, Okay, so that is gonna, oops, I scored that. I have to cut it. That is gonna fit right onto this piece here. Okay, and then if we're gonna do one on this piece as well, where's my, I'm gonna do this at, we'll say 2. So we're gonna do one at 2 inches. Oops, cut and crooked. Hold on, let me try that again. 2 inches. Okay, and then that is gonna go right here. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 2 here in the middle and 2 on the bottom in the middle, okay? So I'm gonna put these on the side. So these will both be the same. So what we'll do is we'll use the designer series paper for this. So this is gonna be, we'll say 2 inches for both of those by 2 1/4. So 2 by 2 1/4, and this will be 2 by 1 1/4. 2 by 2 1/4, and then 2 by 1 1/4. So we'll use the same piece that we did. So 2 by 2 1/4, so we'll do 2 inches. And then 2 1/4. Same thing, 2 1/4. And then those will be our other ones. And then it's going to be 2 inches by 1 1/4. And we're going to cut this the same, but we'll use the other side. So 1 1/4, just for a little bit of a different piece of interest. 1 1/4. Okay, so let me get this out of the way. Okay, and we'll bring this back in. What did I do with my other piece? There it is. So these will go here, and you can certainly make them a little bit bigger if you want to. You don't have to. You could make these pieces here. You could make it so they're all for the same. You know, the same that way, the same this way. So what I'm going to do is I'll do these. So they're opposites. And then these two are going to sit in here. Okay, but we still have to make our babies. So what we're going to do, let me get this out of the way, is we're going to take a piece of crushed curry, okay? You're going to take your 2-inch circle punch, and the easiest way to do this, I found, is you punch out a circle, just like that, and then you just move your punch up a little bit, and you get a crescent moon. Doesn't matter, you can make it as big as you like or little, or you can use the 2-inch punch if you want a full moon, either way. And then what I did is I used the 1-inch punch, and again, I have the 1/2-inch punch. You could use whatever you like. So I thought the baby personally looked a little bit better pink versus white. You could do pink, you could do very vanilla, you could do white, you could do crumb cake, you could do Sahara sand if you wanted a slight tan, or any other color really. All right, so we're going to do a 1-inch circle punch. And then I stuck with the same color that I used. So again, this is a leftover piece of Marina Mist, 1-inch circle punch. Okay, so this is going to be for the cap. We're going to cut that in half. A 1-inch for the body and a 1-inch for the foot. And you'll understand in a minute. And then you just want to punch out a 1/2-inch for the top of the hat. Okay, so what I did was I got my Marina Mist, and I also got out the crushed curry, and I sponged the edges of everything because I thought it made it look nicer. So just go ahead and sponge. Okay, so that's going to be for the body. This will be for the hat, so we're just going to do the top because we're going to cut this in half. All right, we'll do the little piece here. And then for this one, before we do this, what we're going to do is we're going to cut out, sorry about that, we're going to cut out a 90-degree angle out of this and kind of just round off the edges a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is going to be the feet, and it's kind of just not I won't say great, but I improvised because I had a hard time doing the foot with a punch that we had available. I was going to do the heart, but that would work really well for this too, the heart punch to make the foot. So if you have that, that's another great alternative. All right, let me grab one more sponge here for the crushed curry. And again, I'm going to do the crescent moon. You can do whichever you'd like. And don't put your Marina Mist away just yet. We still have to do our little cloud. So I thought it was cute with him sleeping on a cloud. You don't have to do that. Again, completely up to you. So let's get one more piece out here. We're going to do two. So I took the cloud from the Sprinkles of Life and the Marina Mist, and I did two clouds. One. Again, if you do this with the photopolymer, it is better. If you stamp on the mat, it gives you a nicer image, but just to try to save a little bit of time. And then I punched this out with the tree punch. The thing is, make sure you mind. Yeah, see, I punched this wrong because it's going to punch this piece out, so might want to watch where you do that. Let's see if we can fit one more across here. I'm the biggest paper saver in the world, so for me to do that one, I try to get every single little piece out that I can. I'm going to just trim this off, make it easier. And again, just slide this in, right in there, lines up perfectly. Oh, hold on. Can't see because I don't want to put my head in the camera. There you go. Pop that out. Oh, goodness. All right. And there we go. Put this here and this here. And get this out of the way. Okay, so now let's put our card together. So number one, we're still going to need one more little piece just to do our greeting, or we can stamp it on here. Your choice. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue these first to the card. Okay, so a little snail. Okay, we're going to put this on. Okay, we're going to put this on here. We're going to put our moon down, and we'll put our cloud. You could do some of these on dimensionals if you want. I'll put this up here just a little bit. Let me see if I can slide this under here. There we go. Okay, now for our baby. So what I did here is I got out my smoky slate marker, and I just did little eyelashes, little nose, and a little mouth. And the piece that we only sponged half of, we're just going to cut this in half. That would be this one. Just cut this in half. And took a glue dot and attached to the top of the hat. Just like so. Okay, I took a glue dot and attached the hat to the baby's head. Now you'll be able to see here if I put this too high. Yes, I did. So let's go to the other side. I'm going to put this on first this time, like I should have done, and then go back and do his eyes. Okay. I put a glue dot on the back of his head. And then I attached the body. I think I put that glue dot in the right spot. Hold on, let me put one more. There we go. Okay, now for the feet, you kind of got to figure them out yourself. So I kind of just put it so it looks like a little knee and a bent underneath. So I put one on the front here. There you go. If you do have the heart punch, it would definitely look really cute too. And then what I did is I made it so he was sleeping on the cloud. That way you couldn't really see the knee quite as much. So I'm going to put a couple glue dots on the back of the cloud. Let me, oops, move this out of the way. So I kind of tucked it right up in there. And then how about we put him on dimensionals then, since nothing else is. We'll do that. These also help to hold your pieces together. This is just the extra piece of the hat, so we're not missing anything there. Okay, and we'll put him right here, sleeping, so this is going to pop out. And then what we'll do is we'll put our little greeting here. So what you can do is we have a lot of really cute sayings in this new stamp set. Wherever did I put it? Here we go. This is called Better Together. And this is a really cute set. You could do the little baby clothespin. Jeez, I had a baby and now I can't remember anything. clothespin. And then there's a really nice one. Congratulations on your new arrival. And I believe it's supposed to go with this one, but I don't like the way that's worded. So instead I went with the all the best for a future filled with love, because I thought that was just so cute. So how about if we do, we'll do the pin, and then we will we'll do the may your life be, no, all the best for a future filled with love. All right, so let's do the baby pin. As you can see, I haven't even used this one yet. All right, and then we'll do all the best. I had that one out over here. Okay. So, as you can see, this isn't going to fit exactly. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to stamp it and we're going to cut it out. So we're going to get a piece of Whisper White. We're going to get our block, and we might have to do this a couple times. And we'll put him on this little bitty block here. Okay, so what we can do is we'll kind of make this like our background stamp. So we'll stamp this just all over, and then we'll pop the other stuff up. So it's going to look like all along we intended to do this. Put one up here, why not? Okay, so then we're going to take our words. All right, we're going to stamp them. Oops. And we weren't going to notice that because we're going to cut it out anyway. And do it one more time. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to trim, grab my trimmers, we're going to trim the words just like this. So all the best, and what we'll do is we'll cut it. So all, and then it will be the best, and let's see if we can fit that together. So we'll pop that up on a dimensional, but we're going to just use a piece of a dimensional. So we'll go to the side here where these little bitty suckers are. Okay, so we're going to use a little one for the all. Get this out of your way so you can see. A little bit bigger one for the best. And let's glue this down. Keep saying glue. Let me tape this down. Must have been out in the sun too much today. Okay, so all, oh, don't you love it? I put that on one that doesn't have any words on it. Take two. All the best. Okay, and then we'll use, I don't know if that's going to fit all the way either, so let's cut this one out. Same thing again, we're just going to trim it. And then we'll do it, we'll split it. 3 and 3. So we're just going to trim that on the end. And then we're going to cut this in half. For a future filled with love. And it's going to just look like it was meant to go that way. So again, we'll use 2 of our pieces here. 1, 2. Let me make sure I have the right words here before I stick this. Yep. Okay, perfect. And let me get all this garbage out of the way. That way you can actually see what this card looks like. Okay, all the best for a future filled with love. I mean, that is really adorable. Just look at that. How cute. It stands up on its own. And that's why I said if you wanted to also, if you want to put a piece on the back of here, you would just cut a piece out 1/4 inch bigger. You could glue it. Just want to put it here, this part here to the back. And then it'll give you something if you want to write your message on the back. But otherwise, I think that is just a deer card. Little stand-up card like that. Or you could go with a regular traditional card. Either one looks absolutely gorgeous. And this one on the inside, I did all the best for a future filled with love. I went around the edge with a little bit of sponging. And then I filled in the center with the matching Marina Mist heart color, or marker I should say, and then I did a little bit of Wink of Stella just to give it a little bit of shine. But you could do this in pink, you could do it in yellow, you could do it in green. If you know what theme they're having, you could certainly do either one. But I hope that's giving you a little bit of inspiration. This card was very simple to make. Again, what I'll do is I will put this on my blog with all the measurements for this card, and I'll put the measurements if you want to make a backing card for it as well. Thanks for taking time to watch, guys. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rachthestamper on YouTube. I'm Rachthestamper on Pinterest. My blog is rachthestamper.wordpress.com. Right now, we have a special going with a blog hop we did, and if you go to everyone's blog and leave your name, a comment, and Stamp It contest, you'll be entered to win a really, really cool prize. All the details for that are on my blog. And if you want to get any of these supplies and more from the new 2016-17 Stampin' Up! Catalog, you can head to rachthestamper.stampinup.net. Thank you so much for taking time to watch, and I hope you guys have a great day.